All right, welcome back to Music Theory 101, and today we are putting it all together. We've got our treble clef, we've got our bass clef, and today we're going to talk about the grand staff. So basically, since we're talking about music theory and learning music theory from a pianist standpoint, traditionally the treble clef is going to be what our right hand plays, and the bass clef is going to be what our left hand plays. And when we're reading music and we look at it all together, that is on the grand staff. So that is just combining the treble and the bass clef. So let's do that now. All right, so first we've got our treble clef. Let's draw that. It's not going to be perfect because I'm rusty and out of practice. And here is our bass clef. And boom, there's that. These are joined together. Sometimes there's like brackets. I mean, I don't remember how to draw this bracket, but basically it's something like that. I know that looks terrible. I'm ashamed of myself. But there is only one line, one ledger line in the middle of those two. There's one ledger line, and that middle line is called middle C. That is the middle of the piano. That is middle C right there. Okay, so let's write that on there. Let's do that in what color? Doing blue already. Let's do that in yellow. Great. All right, let's start at the bottom and let's fill in all of our lines and spaces. And we're gonna do all of that using Every Good Boy Does Fine and face. It's the same. Even though we're on a grand staff now, bass clef, treble clef, alto clef, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Every Good Boy Does Fine and face. So bass clef starts with G. Music theory is easy. So we've got, this is the bass clef, I'll zoom in here. So we've got good boy does fine. Then F, A, C, face. F, A, here's our C. Our C is already here. C is there. And then E. Every good boy, that B looks terrible, does fine. Let's add some ledger lines. We'll do some above and some below. We might as well. Let's do 1, 2, 3 up, and we'll do what? 3 or 4 down? 1, 2, 3, we'll do 4 down. Cool. Let's start with up while we're up here. Every good boy does fine. So now we start face. F. F is on a line. So A is on a line. C is on a line. And E is on a line. And down here in bass clef, G is our bottom line. Every good. All right. And then we just go backwards. We're at E. So let's go down here and look. E, going backwards, we've got C, A, and F. Great. All right, let's fill in our spaces. So down here at the bottom, we've got G is on the line. The very next in the music alphabet, the letter after G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So the very first space is going to be A, the space before the first line. Now we've got face, F, A, C, E, which is every good boy. Good boy. So B, now we just got the music alphabet. A, B, C, then does, D, fine. Now we're up to F, A, C, E. And I could draw more ledger lines, but I'm not going to. We're on spaces, so I'm not going to draw any more ledger lines. Every good boy does fine. We just keep going. It's the same pattern. Does fine, which means we've got F is the bottom. We're down here now. The bottom, we've got fine going backwards. So F, D, B, G. F, D, B, G, and then every. Boom. That is everything. That's it. That's all the lines and spaces. Traditionally, you're not going to see any more ledger lines than, I don't know what, 3, maybe 4 ledger lines, but it's the same thing. Every good boy does fine and face. That is it. That is all we need to know. We don't need to know any more than that. Just those 2 things. Yes, we've got those. I want to move on to, and this is more of a review, so everyone should know about sharps and flats, but just so we're speaking the same language, a sharp looks like a hashtag and a flat looks like a lowercase b. Let's say we have the note C. Sharps mean we want to go up a half step. I'm going to go up a half step from C. We call that C sharp. Then we've got the letter D. I want to go up a half step. It's called D sharp. Then we have the letter E. I'm going to go up a half step. It's also called E sharp, but this note has its own name. It's called F. All the white notes have their own names. So this is F. I can go up a half step, F sharp. G, up a half step, G sharp. So sharps are going up. A, up a half step is A sharp. Up another half step is B. The note name, the white notes have their own names, B. And then we've got C again. On the grand staff, all of these indicate white notes. To get to the black notes, we have to add sharps or flats. All right, so going backwards really quick, C, then we would have C flat, also known as B, B flat, A flat, G flat, F flat, also known as E, is called an enharmonic spelling. We're not talking about that today. E flat, D flat, and C. And when we write those on sheet music, on the paper, these accidentals are called sharps and flats. They go before the letter or the note name. Right now, we're just talking about letters. So they go before the letter. So let's say we wanted E sharp. The sharp goes before the E, but E is on a line. So this also needs to be on a line. It needs to look like there's a line drawn through it. Let's say we wanted this one here, B. Let's say we wanted B flat. It needs to look like there's a line drawn through that flat. Let's go down here and say we wanted C right here, down here. Let's say we wanted C sharp. That sharp needs to be in the space with the C. There should be no line drawn through the middle box. This box, the tic-tac-toe box, the one in the center, there should be no line through that. That should be on the space with the C. It's on the space. Let's say we wanted right here, G flat. That flat is in the space with the G, G flat. Or up here, we want F sharp in the space with that. Or where we got D flat. We'll call it D flat right here. D flat. Yeah? Everyone good with that? That's our sharps and our flats. So we're about to do this exercise, and when we do it, we'll see the note, the white note, which won't have a sharp or flat or whatever, and then we'll see a symbol in front of it, and then we just say whether it's sharp or flat. So the note itself is always going to be the letter. If we see this note, let's draw something and go to black. Let's draw this note here. That's an A. That is going to be an A no matter what. This right here, okay, what's going on here? This is going to be an A. I mean, that's supposed to be a circle, but whatever. This is going to be an A no matter what. So I could put a sharp or a flat right here, but it's A something, right? So let's put a flat here. Great. That's A flat. Let's go down to bass clef and go down here and draw something else. Let me do an F. That is an F. Right now, that's just an F. Whether I put a sharp or flat here, it's still going to be an F something, right? So that doesn't change. E, G, B, D, F, every good boy does fine, and face does not change. That is going to be throughout all of music, period. Every good boy does fine. What we see on these notes, they're not going to change. It's going to be an E, that's going to be an F, those notes are going to be the same. We'll put different accidentals in front of them to turn them into sharps or flats. But the note names themselves, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, those 7 letters of the music alphabet, that is constant throughout all of music and all of music theory. It does not change. Those are the only letters that we have. They might be sharp, they might be flat, but they're still A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. All right, moving on to this exercise. Let's do a couple of them together, and I think I'll let you go for today. That's all we have. We are now using the grand staff. Before we just had the treble clef, then we had just the bass clef. This app, which I talked about before, is called Tenuto, Tenuto. It used to be musictheory.net. I'm not sure if musictheory.net is still free, but I started using that in high school. In college, my freshman year, I locked myself in the computer lab, and I would sit there with this same skill until I would get 100 out of 100 correct. If I would get to number 97 and I missed one at 97 or 96 or whatever, I would reset my score and go back to 0. I should be able to do 100 out of 100 or 200. I should not miss one is the point. We should never miss a note name. We should be able to read all of these, ledger lines and all. So all these up here, all this down here, we should not miss anything. If we're missing, that means we don't understand, or we're not paying attention, or we don't quite have it yet. We should be able to sit down with this exercise and not miss one. That is how we get better. There is no magic formula or show me that really quick or tips and tricks on how to, there isn't. There's hard work, and it is really not that tough. Every good boy does fine. Or in the case of this first one, G, that's easy. G sharp. It really is that simple. So you're gonna have to sit down and really shed this stuff. We've now gone through it, treble and bass clef. This together is the grand staff, and we just sit down and we go until we get 100 out of 100 or 200 out of 200 or 300 out of 300. If you can go all through all these and not miss one, you will have it. You will know how to read music. That's it. There's no secret to it. Now you have it and you know how to do it. Now you just need to sit down and do it. So we'll go through a couple of them together and then we'll be done for the day. Here we go. Treble clef. Every good boy is a B. So it's always going to be a B. And it tells you what we're doing to that. We're sharp, B sharp. Nothing, this is a natural. Natural means there's no sharp or flat before it. And it's a space, so we use our face. F, A, C, E, done. Okay, so that's a line. And we've got our first line in bass clef is good. And so every good, that means this line here is every, and it's E something, sharp or flat, sharp, E sharp. And first line on bass clef, good, G flat, G sharp, sorry. All right, we've got a line up here. For lines, we use every good boy does fine, F. Nothing before it, no accidentals, so it's F natural. We'll do 5 or 6 more. We'll get lines on the bass clef. Our first line in bass clef is G. Good boy does. All right, now we could cheat this just a little bit because we know that there's only one ledger line between treble clef and bass clef, and that line is a C. The note before C in the alpha, or the letter before C in the alphabet, A, B, C. So if C is here, that means the space before C is B. So this is a B, and it is sharp. So B sharp. Okay, again, every good, G sharp. All right, I'm gonna be quiet. Okay, got it? I hope you got it. Again, middle C is right here. The letter after C in the alphabet, we'd have A, B, C, D flat. Please make sure you drop a comment below. Let me know if you're getting this, or if I need to break this down any more, let me know. We want to make sure we have this before we move forward to anything else. We have to have it. This is the bottom floor foundation of music theory and reading music. This is it. The space before the first line is F, so we've got F, A, C, E. So face F, A, C, E. Then we start every good. G is this one with a sharp in front of it. G sharp. 2 more. We've got our bottom line, which is G. Good boy does fine. Every. That means this is every, and the flat. E flat. Last one. Good boy does fine. F, A, flat. All right, so yeah, that's my challenge to you guys. Hit me in the comments, let me know. So somebody grab this app or Tenuto or whatever other app that you find that has note reading in it. Get to a score of 100 out of 100, 100%. 99 is not it. 98, 97, not cutting it. 100. In this area, we should be perfect. And that level of study and that perfection is what's going to turn you from a good musician into a great musician, a well-rounded musician, because we don't make mistakes when it comes to reading. We should be able to read. My son is, he knows how to read now, but when he was learning how to read, changing one letter in a word can absolutely be the difference between a sentence being one thing or being something else. So missing one note does matter. We shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and we are moving on to the next concept of music theory, and I will see you guys there in the next one.